lie. I am normally not a person who asks for prayer. However, I would pray for anybody. Brother, sister, cousin, doesn't matter. Stranger, if a stranger asks me on the street to pray for him, I'm praying for you right then, because I know about an hour later, I'm going to totally forget. So I'll pray for anyone. But there was two significant times in my life where I prayed for not one, but a whole group of strangers. The first time I was in the car with my mom and we were coming back from her doctor's appointment, and traffic came to a complete stop. I was livid because I needed to get home. I was wailing, my arms all over the place. I was yelling, screaming, listen, you rubberneckers, get out of the way. I need to get home. And my mom, she looked at me and she said, Valeria, you need to calm down. It's probably just an accident. And you know, people love to rubberneck. And I calmed my crazy self down because, you know, I'm performing in front of my mom and she's not having it. So she was correct. It was an accident, but it was a horrible accident. You couldn't even recognize the cars. Rescue workers were everywhere. There was an ambulance, and I even noticed there was a paramedic giving one of the people in the accident CPR. At that moment, I stopped. I put my head down and I started to pray. Not only did I pray for the people who were in the accident, I prayed for every person that was on the scene. And I also prayed for the people who were going to treat them at the hospital. I said amen and I held my head up. And I looked over and my mom was looking at me like I was crazy. And I said to her, what's wrong? And she said, what is wrong with you? 1 minute you're yelling and you're screaming and you're wailing your arms all over the place. And then the next minute you got your head down and your lips are moving. I just started laughing. I looked at my mom and I said, I was praying for the people in the accident, Mom. And she looked at me and she said, well, baby girl, that's good. But woo. So the second time I remember, I had to go to 7-Eleven to get a money order. Now, I don't normally carry cash, so I had to go to the bank, get cash, and go to 7-Eleven. As I'm pulling into the parking lot, I see this man walking around from car to car, and he's asking for money. So I did what most people do. Don't make eye contact. Get in the store, get your money order, get back in the car, and roll out. The plan was working. I got out of the car, no eye contact. I go inside, I get my money order, and the man gave me a $5 bill back for change, put it in my pocket, came out of the store, and boom, ran right into the man. He said, ma'am, could you give me some money? I need to pay my rent. And I did like most people. I lied. I said, I don't have any money. I don't have any cash. I don't carry cash. And he said, well, thank you anyway. Have a blessed day. And I got in the car and all I kept hearing was have a blessed day. As that would keep going in my head, the $5 bill that I had put in my pocket, it was like a match that was lit. It started burning. But I didn't pay any of it any mind. I'm putting my car in reverse and I'm backing out. And as I'm backing out, I look down and I see a little boy and I see some people in a car and I realize that it's his family. But I'm just blowing all that off and I'm trying to get out the parking lot. I could not get out of the parking lot. My pocket was burning so bad. I did a U-turn in the parking lot. I came back around and I noticed the little boy on the side of the car and I asked him to come over and I said, is that your father? He said, yes. I said, can you give him this $5 bill? And he said, yes, ma'am. He ran over. Immediately I stopped and I began to pray for the man, not only for his family, but I also prayed for every person that he would encounter, that they would give him money, not to just pay his rent for the month, but to be able to take care of his family. Fast forward to 2020. We all know how 2020 was. We'll never forget it. November of 2020, I get coronavirus's cousin. I got tested and they said, you don't have a virus, but I had a close cousin. I got sick. My mom got sick. I get a phone call. My dad has to have surgery. And at this point, I'm overwhelmed. A week passed. My dad calls me back and he said, baby girl, I can't get that surgery because they told me I have to get another surgery before I can get the other surgery. And now I'm taking care of my mom. I'm worried about my dad. And then I get a text 3 days later. My dad now has coronavirus. So you can imagine, I was so full. So I did something that I don't normally do. I picked up my phone and I went on Facebook. And I prayed and I asked for prayer. I asked my family and friends to pray for me. And I asked my group of what I call rich friends. And I asked them to pray for me because I was just overwhelmed. And every time I picked up my phone, I had so many words of encouragement. I mean, they came from my family, my friends. But what shocked me the most was my rich friends. You see, my rich friends are people I have never met in my life. If I saw them on the street, I would not know who they were. And now they were praying for me. And I realized at that moment was all the years and all the times that I prayed for other people, strangers. Now, in return, when I needed prayer, all those strangers had turned around and now they were praying for me. Thank you.